participation. Kindly wait for 10 minutes. Thank you. Am I audible? Technical team, am I audible here?
Yes, yes, madam, you are audible.
Okay, okay.
And now
Thank
continue.
Aishe Sarvalogana. Good afternoon. A warm welcome to honorable dignitaries, distinguished principals, and faculties presented here. Myself, Dr. Vishnupriya, Junior Technical Officer Siddha from the Board of Unani, Siddha And Sowa-Rigpa. First of all, I would like to start off by thanking each of you for taking the time to participate today. NCISM is celebrating its Foundation Day on 11 June every year. Today, I am very happy to tell you that NCISM has completed 3 years and today we are celebrating its third day of 4th Foundation Day. I am here on behalf of Board of Unani, Siddha and Sowa-Rigpa to coordinate the presentation on the topic Educational Transformation for Competent Unani, Siddha and Sowa-Rigpa Professionals. Now, may I call upon Dr. Kama Sultana, Consultant, Board of Unani, Siddha and Sowa-Rigpa for the welcome address. Welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Vishnu. A very good afternoon, one and all. I, Dr. Kamar Sultana, Consultant, Board of Unani, Siddha and Sowa-Rigpa. Welcome to each and every one of you who are gathered here today on the momentous occasion of NCISM 4th Foundation Day celebration. It is with immense pleasure and pride that we came together to commemorate the journey we have embarked upon, the milestone we have achieved, and the dreams we continue to pursue. First and foremost, I would like to welcome our Honorable Chairman NCISM, Vaidya Jayant Dev Pujari sir. I welcome President Board of Ayurveda, Dr. B.S. Prasad sir, and the members of respective boards. I welcome President Board of Ethics and Registration, Vaidya Rakesh Sharma sir, and the members of respective boards. I welcome President Board of Medical Assessment and Rating, Dr. Raghu Rama Bhatta sir, and the members of respective boards. I welcome President Board of Unani, Siddha and Sowa-Rigpa, Dr. K. Jagannathan sir, and the member Board of Unani, Siddha and Sowa-Rigpa, Dr. S. Madhukumar sir. I also like to extend my warm welcome to the directors, dean, principal, and teaching faculties of all Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, and Sowa-Rigpa colleges and all the stakeholders of ASUS. As you all know, that June 11, 2021, this commission has been established as per NCISM Act 2020 with a vision to provide a medical education system that improves access to quality and affordable medical education, to ensure availability of adequate and high quality medical professionals of ISM in all parts of the country, to promote equitable and universal healthcare that encourages community health perspective and makes services of such medical professional accessible and affordable to all the citizens, to promote national health goals, to encourage medical professionals to adopt latest medical research in their work and to contribute to research, to have an objective, periodic, and transparent assessment of medical institution, to facilitate maintenance of a medical register of ISM for India, and enforces high ethical standards in all aspects of medical services that is flexible to adapt to the changing needs and has an effective grievance redressal mechanism. So, as we reflect to our vision today, we couldn't forget to offer our gratitude to the colleges of Siddha, Unani, and Sowa-Rigpa System of Medicine for their unwavering support, dedication, and being a part of this incredible journey. Together, we have overcome challenges, embraced changes, and transformed obstacles into opportunities. Today, as we mark another year of growth and progress, let us take a moment to acknowledge the collective efforts that have brought us to where we stand today. Our Foundation Day is not merely a celebration of the past, but a reaffirmation of our commitment to excellence, innovation, and community. In the midst of a rapidly changing world, our foundation remains strong because of the values that guide us: integrity, perseverance, and inclusivity. These values have been the cornerstone of our success and will continue to light our path forward. As we look ahead to the future, let us do so with optimism and determination. Let us seize the opportunities that lie before us, embrace the challenges that come our way, and strive to make a positive impact in the lives of those we serve. On this special day, let us all come together as one family. Be united in our purpose and passion to transform the face of our education system. Let us celebrate not only how far we have come, but also the limitless possibilities that lie ahead of us. Once again, I extend my warmest welcome to all the directors, deans, principal, teaching faculties of Siddha, Unani, Sowa-Rigpa, and all stakeholders who are being present here today with us. Thank you so much for being a part of this momentous occasion. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your heartily greetings. Next, may I cordially invite our President, Dr. K. Jagannathan, sir, from the Board of Unani Siddha And for the presentation. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Vishnupriya. Honorable Chairperson NCISM, Sri Vaidya Jayandev Pujari sir, respected presidents, members of different autonomous boards under the commission, NCISM staff, and secretary NCISM, then respected director, dean, and principals and teaching faculties of various Siddha, Unani, and Sowa-Rigpa colleges, students, and all stakeholders of ISM, and my Ayurveda friends. Good afternoon, one and all. It is my immense pleasure to meet you all in this online meeting. Let me share my slide. Yes. My presentation will be focused on educational transformation for competent Unani, Siddha, and Sowa-Rigpa professionals. Let us see for this transformation, what are all the reforms was made by NCISM in medical education and in the standard of medical institution and research, and what are all the initiatives put forward by NCISM to strengthen the transformation process. You know, National Commission for Indian System of Medicine Act 2020, the Act of Parliament received the assent of the Honorable President of India on September 20th, 2020, and the same was notified by Ministry of Law and Justice on September 21st, 2020. Under the provision of the Act, the Commission is constituted on 11th June 2021, which is comprising of a chairperson, 15 ex officio members, which includes the advisors from Ministry of Ayush, then directors of National Institute, All India Institute, and Institute of National Importance, and Director General of all research councils, and 23 part-time members. Then there is an advisory council for ISM, which gives the advisors suggestions and guidance to the commission in the area of medical education, medical practice, medical research, ethics and registration, and assessment and rating. You know, NCISM Foundation Day is celebrated on June 11th every year. But this year Foundation Day celebration is observance is something different, because we are organizing online a series of online programs in the name of Samalochana. Starting from 3rd of June, it will end on 7th of June. And we are going to organize one national conference in the name of Prana, protecting rights and novelties. Protecting rights and novelties in ASUS. It is organized by NCISM in collaboration with the AICTE, Ministry of Education Innovation Cell, on 11th and 12th of June 2024. The tagline is Mind to Market, for ISM professionals. If you see the organizational setup, there is a commission. Under the commission, 4 autonomous boards are functioning. The commission is headed by Chairperson Sri Vaidya Jayandev Pujari sir, and the secretariat under the commission is headed by Secretary Mr. P.L. Mehra. Then 4 autonomous boards are there. Board of Ayurveda is headed by Dr. B.S. Prasadji, and Board of Unani, Siddha And Sowa-Rigpa, it is looked after by me. You see, the Board of Ayurveda and the Board of Unani, Siddha And Sowa-Rigpa, these boards are pertaining to medical education, framing regulations and guidelines. Actually, these 2 boards are regulatory boards. Then third one is medical assessment and rating board for Indian System of Medicine, headed by Dr. Raghuram Bhattaji. This particular board is looking after annual visitation and grant of permission, assessment and rating. The Board of Ethics and Registration for Indian System of Medicine, headed by Professor Vaidya Rakesh Sharma ji, and this board is pertaining to the ethics and the registration of medical practitioners. Even though these boards are autonomous boards, we are working together for the betterment of Indian system of medicine. If you see the functions of Board of Unani, Siddha And Sowa-Rigpa, they determine standards of education at all levels. At all levels means UG, PG and super specialty. It is nothing but minimum MSc, minimum standards of education. Then develop competency-based dynamic curriculum. Already we have developed the curriculum for first professional and the second professional session. And we have developed the competency-based dynamic curriculum for PG first semester. Then frame regulations and the guidelines for setting up of a new medical institution. Not only new medical institution, but also for starting a new course and increase number of seats. Then determine minimum requirements and standards for conducting courses and examinations. Then determine standards and the norms for infrastructure, faculty, etc. That is MES, minimum essential standards. Previously, it was known as MSR. Then facilitate the development and the training of faculty members and facilitate research programs. Then grant recognition to medical qualification at all levels in Unani, Siddha and Sowa-Rigpa. These are all the main functions of Board of Unani, Siddha and Sowa-Rigpa. This slide is very important. The educational reforms in Unani, Siddha and Sowa-Rigpa, the need of the hour. Why? Because of certain specific reasons. To provide quality education and to produce highly competent and quality medical professionals. To develop appropriate skill, knowledge, attitude, values, and ethics among students through curriculum. Curriculum should align with the core concepts of NEP, National Education Policy 2020, and global trends. To encourage medical students and professionals to adapt latest medical research and contribute to research. To supplement MASTD, Modern Advances, Scientific and Technological Development in curriculum as per current and future needs, and to explore the scientific depthness of Indian system of medicine, medical systems, and explore as evidence-based. These are all the prime factors for educational reforms. Then some other supporting factors and reasons are there. You might have known about Heal by India and Heal in India. It is a central government initiative. Heal by India, actually, the graduates of Indian System of Medicine go to foreign countries and provide healthcare services as per the philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. And through Heal in India initiative of central government, the foreigners will come to India for their treatment and the rejuvenation process in terms of medical value travel. Very recently, central government has established an exclusive portal called the Medical and Ayush Visa Portal, through this portal, the patient can obtain e-Ayush visa and e-Ayush attendant visa within a short span of time. You might have known about the ABDM, Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. It is nothing but a digital healthcare ecosystem of India, which always provides the integrated medical services. You already know World Health Organization has published the standard terminologies in Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani in the month of January 2023. And similarly, they published the ICD-11, International Classifications of Diseases, ICD-11 Module 2 for Traditional Medicine in the month of January 2024. Then the same World Health Organization, they published a benchmark in Ayurveda and Unani already. Now the benchmark in practice and training in Siddha, that work is progressing now. So it is very clear the Indian system of medicine will be promoted in all member states. I mean 195 member states in very near future. Then recently, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority, IRDA, they announced medical insurance for ISM. Then already the Ministry of Ayush has conducted the sensitization program last week. Then global image on ISM in post-COVID era has been intensified, has been increased geometrically due to the effectiveness of our ISM medicines, particularly the Kavasura Kudinir in Siddha and Ayush 64 in Ayurveda. Now the people across the globe, they started believing that the health and wellness can be ensured with Ayush medical systems. So because of the wide opening of Ayush medical system in the global arena, World Health Organization is going to establish a global center for traditional medicine in Gujarat. Our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, he performed the earth-breaking ceremony of GCTM at Ahmedabad in the year 2022 in the month of April. So it is very clear, the globalization of Indian system of medicine, including Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani and Sowa-Rigpa, it is progressing. So we have to produce the highly competent professionals from our medical streams to meet the demands of the entire world. That is why the educational reforms are going on. Then another reason is there, before the inception of NCISM, student feedback was made by issuing Google Form to around 2,000 students. Actually, that survey was conducted on the existing curriculum and the syllabus. Then 70% of the students, they opined that they are not satisfied with the existing curriculum and syllabus, and they need drastic changes in the curriculum and the syllabus. So it is one among the reasons for educational reforms made by NCISM. Then transformation through educational reforms. Let us see a few things. You know, undergraduate program is conducted in two ways, main program and elective program. Main program is a college conducted program, 18 months of professional session, 3 sessions are there, and then 1 year internship, totally 5.5 years. But elective program is totally different. It is directly conducted by NCISM through online. And right now, 35 elective courses are available on NCISM portal, and these elective courses are segregated into 3 groups, Group A, Group B, and Group C. The purpose of introduction of elective courses is to promote the multidisciplinary attitude among the students. Then another reason is that we are prescribing some syllabus for undergraduate program, and the students are compelled to study only those syllabus, those contents under the syllabus. Actually, we are not considering anything about the students' interest. That is why we opted for elective programs. So flexibility is there. They can pursue the elective programs as per their own interest, and they can pursue the elective programs as per their own convenience. They can pursue either in the night or in the weekend or in holidays. It is as per their convenience. Then regarding the number of elective subjects, each student shall undergo for minimum 3 elective subjects in each professional session. That too, minimum 1 elective subjects from each group. So before appearing for final year examination, a student has to qualify totally minimum number of electives, that is 9 electives. Then the undergraduate program is always commenced with 15 days of induction program. Actually, this induction program is conducted very successfully in all medical institutions. For this induction program, NCASM has published a transitional curriculum. The purpose of induction program is all of a sudden the science students who have studied physics, chemistry, and biology, all of a sudden they are entering into a very new field. They are going to study the fundamental principles and philosophies, everything. So many confusions, apprehensions, tension, anxiety, everything will be there. Then how to overcome all these things? That is why NCASM has introduced the induction program. During these 15 days of the transition, the student can understand about their institution, the strength of their institution, then what are all the subjects they are going to study, and what are all the supportive mechanisms are there, then what are all the regulatory measures and norms, and what are the future scope, everything. So in this way, the induction program and the transitional curriculum are highly beneficial. We started receiving many positive comments from various institutions, particularly on induction program. And for the first time in Indian system of medicine, the competency-based dynamic curriculum and syllabus is introduced. The main purpose is our ultimate aim is to produce highly competent healthcare professionals. So competency-based dynamic curriculum and syllabus is essentially needed. It is measurable. The greatest advantage is it is measurable because if you go through the curriculum, you can able to know how many competencies the students will achieve in the domains of learning, such as cognitive domain, affective domain, and psychomotor domain. It is clearly defined. How many competencies they will achieve at the end of the year, at the end of the term, or at the end of the professional session, or at the end of the course. It is clearly defined. Then the CBCS format, it also defines the learning objectives, which is matching with the program outcome and the course outcome, and ultimately it is matching with the graduate's attribute also. Then this format clearly defines the category of the contents, whether it is nice to know category or decide know category or must know category, and the level of the contents, know, knows how, show, and does. And what are all the TL methods or teaching learning methods to be employed to teach particular content? It is already defined. There are 45 teaching and learning methods are included in second professional curriculum. Then how to assess the reach of the content? The assessment methods also mentioned in each and every topic. Totally 19 assessment methods are included in the new curriculum. And where to integrate, whether it should be integrated horizontally or integrated vertically. All are defined in our curriculum. So this curriculum actually appreciated by all other commissions also. And before developing the curriculum, we conducted thought experiments for thinkers in Unani and Siddha, particularly on the existing curriculum and syllabus and the nomenclature of PG specialties and the nomenclature of the specialists. We got various suggestions from our teaching faculties at that time, and we then every time when we are developing some curriculum, we used to get the feedback on curriculum and syllabus from UG students, interns, PG students, and teaching faculty members. Then we are doing one more exercise also. The long-standing complaint from our side is whatever we are studying in UG program, the same thing we are studying in PG program. There is no demarcation, there is no differentiation. So to make a full stop to this long-standing issue, we did a very perfect exercise. Then before developing a curriculum, we decide whether this content to be teach or to be taught in UG or what are the contents to be taught in PG. We decide. Then suppose some contents will be taught in UG and PG. In such case, we will decide at what level we have to teach in UG and what level we have to teach in PG. Such a way we decide. Then for the first time in Indian history, we developed a curriculum development software for syllabus framing. It has been implemented during the curriculum development of the second professional session. And during curriculum development, we are more concerned about certain points. That is, a curriculum should produce a highly competent and meritorious physicians or surgeons. Then teaching and training methods shall increase the students' self-assurance. Then TL methods and assessment methods shall be as per global trends. It should align with the core concepts of National Education Policy 2020. Then curriculum shall enable continuous assessment. That is why we include a formative assessment. Then curriculum shall facilitate an interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary component. That is the reason why we included elective subjects. Then curriculum shall be supplemented with modern advances, scientific and technological developments. Then outcome of the undergraduate, postgraduate program shall meet current and future demands. Actually, whatever we made, it will be there for the next 10 or 15 years. Then curriculum and the syllabus shall bring uniformity in teaching in all institutions. This is already achieved. Then curriculum should address the students and the faculty's feedback and the suggestions. Already I explained the previous slide. Then lecture and non-lecture hours. If you see the proportion of lecture and non-lecture hours, it is 1:2. So non-lecture hours, which includes practical or clinical training and demonstrative teaching. Actually, through lecture, the student can gain only knowledge. But only through non-lecture hours or activity-oriented teaching and training, the student can able to gain knowledge, skill, attitude, value, and ethics. This is the major advantage of non-lecture hours. Our ultimate aim is skill development. That is strengthening the psychomotor domain of the students. Then non-lecture hours, which includes 70% of practical or clinical training and 30% of demonstrative teaching, otherwise known as activity-oriented teaching and learning. Here I mentioned a few methods, what we are following for activity-oriented teaching and training, but in our curriculum, already I told, we included around 45 methods. Then regarding subjects and code, in Siddha, 19 subjects are there, which includes 30 papers. In Unani, 19 subjects and 29 papers. Then in Sowa-Rigpa, 22 subjects and 29 papers. Actually, we increased the number of papers due to the current and future needs. Then we have provided a subject code for all subjects. For example, SID, UG, GM. SID stands for Siddha, UG for UG. Undergraduate, and GM, it's a short, it is the abbreviation of Gunapadam Marindiyal. Likewise, Ilmul Adriya IA, then Materia Medica and Sowa-Rigpa MZ. Then we are very particular about the physical and the mental health of the students, because once students enter into our campus, they will spend 5.5 years for undergraduate within the campus. If they are doing PG, means additionally 3 years. Totally 8.5 years they are actually spending their prime age in our college. So we are more concerned about the physical and the mental health of the students. That is why we are insisting 1 hour per week for physical education and 1 hour per month for recreation. Then updation of knowledge is very, very important for the students. That is why we are insisting 1 hour per week for a library. Yearly clinical exposure. Actually, the clinical training starts from 3rd professional onwards only, as per the previous regulations. But in the new regulations, the early clinical exposure starts from 1st professional itself. That means the students will be getting additional 320 days of clinical training. Already 320 hours of clinical training is there in 2nd professional, and 940 hours of clinical training in 3rd professional. Then altogether, a student will be getting the clinical training for 1,600 hours. Actually, if you calculate the total teaching hours of the entire course, 6,400 hours. Out of 6,400 hours, the clinical training itself occupies 1,600 hours. It is a very huge number. I mean, 1/4 of the total teaching hours of the course. Then supplementation of modern advances, scientific and technological developments in Unani, Siddha and Sowa-Rigpa curriculum. Actually, we made a provision in our regulation to supplement MA STD in our curriculum. For this purpose, we have constituted a core committee. Already the work has been initiated, and we are constituting the department-wise expert committee also. Whatever we are including in our curriculum, it should not exceed 40%. 60% should be based on our own concepts, and 40% may be the contents belonging to MA STD. The core committee's main function is they have to identify the area in which MA STD to be included. And this identified area will be transferred to subject committee. In Siddha, 13 departments are there. In Unani, 14 departments are there. And at Sowa-Rigpa, 8 departments are there. We are going to constitute department-wise subject committee or expert committee. That is called vertical-wise expert committee. We will constitute based on our requirement. Then the subject committee or the expert committee will find the methodology and will define the SOP and will define the interpretation methods, everything. Then after making all these things, the expert committee will hand over to core committee. Then core committee will submit to NCISM. Once NCISM is convinced, the commission is convinced, it will direct the Board of Ayurveda or Board of Unani, Siddha, Sowa-Rigpa to include that particular content to the particular subject. The advantage is once the MA STD is included in our subject or in our curriculum and maintained for 5 years, automatically these contents will be a part of either Ayurveda or Siddha or Unani or Sowa-Rigpa. So again and again I am expressing the same thing. MA STD is not a sole property of modern medicine. It is a common property of all medical streams. Then formative assessment. Formative assessment, which includes periodical examination and term test. In each professional session, we know we are conducting totally 9 periodical examination and 2 term tests. And in the last term, instead of a term test, the students will go for the university examination. So totally 9 periodical examination, 2 term test, and one university examination. The advantage of conducting formative assessment, the teacher can pay a special attention to weaker students. So that we are providing a platform for the students for their correctness and for the improvisation also. So the advantage is at the end of the professional session, we could bring all students at the same level of competency. This is the major advantage of periodical assessment. Then regarding promotion criteria, after university examination, if a student passes in all subjects, they will be promoted to the next professional session. These students will be coming under promoted category. There are 3 categories. Then if a student fails 1 or 2 subjects, they are also eligible to go to the next professional session. But these students will be coming under failed but promoted category. Then another set of students are there, those who have failed more than 2 subjects. These students will be considered under the failed and retained category. These students will be retained in the same professional session and they have to appear for the supplementary examination. Then before appearing for final year examination, the student shall have to pass all subjects of first and second professional and shall qualify 9 elective subjects. And regarding the maximum period of duration, the maximum duration of the course, 10 years. To become eligible for joining the compulsory rotatory internship program, all 3 professional examinations shall be passed and qualified in 9 electives within a period of maximum 10 years from the date of admission. In the previous regulation, it was 9 years and we increased by 1 year. And now it is a maximum 10 years. And when we talk about the passing criteria or pass criteria, the student should obtain 50% in theory component and 50% of mark, minimum 50% of mark in the practical component. The practical component, which includes the practical and clinical, vivavos, internal assessment, and electives wherever applicable. Then regarding internship, compulsory rotatory internship, there are 2 options. The intern, they can do a entire internship period, I mean 12 months of internship period in their college itself. That is option 2. Then option 1, they can do internship for 6 months in the college itself in various departments and 6 months outside of the college, that is in primary health center or community health center or rural hospital or district hospital or civil hospital or any government hospital of modern medicine or Siddha Unani Sowa-Rigpa medicine or clinical unit of Central Council for Research in Siddha or Unani or National Institute of Siddha or Unani or NABH accredited hospitals. So they can do 6 months of internship anywhere in such centers. It is as per their own wish. Then regarding the maximum duration of internship, it is 3 years. Actual the period of internship is 1 year, but in certain cases, some students may not continue with the internship due to health ground. So in such cases, they have to complete within 3 years. Then like UG program and the PG program, the internship also starts with 7 days of orientation program. Then already we made guidelines for orientation program. Very shortly, we will communicate to all institutions. Then interns has to maintain electronic logbook hereafter. Then NCSM will forward the format for the logbook to all institutions, and the interns has to undergo for evaluation after each postings in department. For example, if a student is completing their posting in medicine department, they have to undergo for one evaluation. Actually, the format is attached in your regulation. You just go through it. They have to secure 15 marks, minimum 50 marks out of 30 marks. If an intern fails to secure the minimum eligible mark, then the internship period for that particular student will be extended for 30% of the total duration in that particular department. Then he has to undergo for one online elective course on public health, and then it will be available very soon. Then regarding appointments of teacher, actually we provided a platform for the undergraduates in Unani and Siddha and Sowa-Rigpa. Those who are having the post-graduation in anatomy, physiology, master in public health, botany, microbiology, biochemistry, and pharmacology, they can be appointed as a teacher in Ayurveda, in Siddha, Unani, and Sowa-Rigpa medical institutions. But such teaching faculties should not be more than one in concerned department. Then regarding the promotion criteria of such teaching faculties, they can be promoted to associate professor after 7 years of experience. Once he gained 12 years of experience, he can be promoted as a professor. But he cannot be a head of the department or head of the institution. Then NTET eligibility is mandatory for those teaching faculties to join as a teacher in our medical institutions. NTET means National Teachers Eligibility Test eligibility. Then regarding temporary appointment of teacher and temporary promotion of teacher, the NCISM never accepts the temporary appointment of teacher and the temporary promotion of teacher. Then regarding on-paper teachers, NCISM is showing zero tolerance against on-paper teachers. In the previous years, we got many on-paper teachers. They were imposed a penalty around 25 lakhs for the institution, and as well as the penalty for teachers also. Then NCISM has the power to withdraw the teachers code for on-paper teachers, and has power to withdraw registration also. So you should not keep any teachers on paper. Then regarding the qualification and experience for post of head of the institution, there are two important criteria are there. They should have 3 years of administrative experience, and they should have undergone for the orientation program on educational planning and administration conducted by National Institute of Education Planning and Administration. Now, regarding unique teachers code, all eligible teachers are issued unique teachers code, and it is totally managed through OTMS, Online Teachers Management System, by Marbisab Board. And the commission has the power to withdraw the teachers code on 2 occasions. One occasion is on ethical and disciplinary ground. The another occasion is if the teacher discontinues the teaching profession or not joined any institution for any reason. In such cases, the teachers code will be withdrawn by Marbisab Board. Then attendance of the teaching staff. The teaching staff attendance will be calculated in terms of teacher days or teaching days. It will be calculated individually as well as cumulatively, and the minimum requirement of attendance is 75%. So you have to keep the individual attendance as well as cumulative attendance 75 and above. Then for this purpose, we have formulated 2 formulas. It is given in the slide. You can able to see. So only in such way we are calculating the teaching staff attendance. Then one more thing is that it will be cross-checked with the biometric attendance, which is available on NCSM portal. Then regarding academic calendar, it is a wonderful effort taken by NCISM. From 2021-22 academic session onwards, NCISM started issuing the academic calendar for each and every batch. The major advantage is the last year, all universities, more or less, all universities in our country, they conducted the examination at the same time as per academic calendar. Actually, we introduced the academic calendar to regulate the academic events as well as the examination events in the institution as well as the universities. Then we are going to streamline everything. As per our regulation, the undergraduate program commences from October. It means the course, the 5.5 course will be completed in the month of March. I mean, internship completion will be in the month of March. So before completing the internship, the student, the intern will undergo for national exit test because we are conducting exit test in the month of February. So the results of exit test will be published in the month of February or in the month of March. So in the month of April, we are going to conduct the PG entrance test, All India Ayush PG entrance test in the month of April. Then the results will be declared in the month of May, and June and July is the period for counseling. Then we will start the PG courses in the month of August. You see the schedule. There is no gap. Absolutely, there is no wastage of time for the students. Such a way, we are going to streamline everything within 1 year. Then NEET and exit. Only through NEET examination, the students are entering in our course. Then such a way, when they are leaving from our institution, they have to appear for exit test also. So this year, national exit test will be conducted in the 3rd or 4th month of September or during October. So the exit test eligibility is very important for two or three reasons. One is it is mandatory to get registered with state registration council or state board, and it is mandatory to get a license to practice. And another important necessity is that this eligibility is mandatory for joining in PG courses also. So for three purposes, we are conducting exit examination. It is purely clinical aptitude test. Then regarding AIAPGET, All India Ayush Postgraduate Entrance Test, next year onwards, we are going to conduct aptitude test also along with the AIPGET. The purpose is through this examination, but no marks will be given for aptitude test. The purpose of conducting examination is to understand whether the student wants to be a teacher or wants to be an entrepreneur or wants to be a specialist or wants to be a physician or wants to be a scientist or wants to be a researcher. So we could easily identify. So based on their aptitude during PG program, they can select their research topic. For each and every PG specialty, the thrust area of research are clearly defined in our regulation. For example, one PG student wants to develop some tools in teaching technology pertaining to their particular PG specialty. They can collaborate with the education department. If a student wants to develop some diagnostic devices or treatment devices or equipments, they can collaborate with the mechanical engineering or IT sector or whatever it may be. So we have opened up the research area It is purely transdisciplinary and multidisciplinary. Then a restructuring of a post-graduation program. For this purpose, we constituted a high-level committee by including the subject experts and educational technologists from IIT, AIMS, CSIR, World Health Organization, MUHS, and some vice chancellors also participated. So we are going to introduce a new pattern, 1:2:3. In undergraduation, there is a formula 1:2. That is one part of non-lecture hours and two portion of non-lecture hours. Here, it is totally different. 1:2:3 means if you are conducting theory for 1 hour, for the same content, this student has to undergo for practical or clinical training for 2 hours. For the same content, the student has to undergo for experiential learning also. In such a way, we are creating modules. Already, we have prepared the curriculum for first semester in PG program for 2 subjects, research methodology and biostatistics. The contents will be available only in module form. Then we are going to introduce a national credit framework and SGPA. SGPA means semester grade point assessment system. So these are all the reforms what we are going to bring in PG education. Then regarding artificial intelligence, very recently we have made MOU with BITS Pilani Goa campus. The reason is very recently we received a communication from our Prime Minister office to incorporate artificial intelligence in ISM curriculum. For that purpose only we made MOU with BITS Pilani. Before going for some extensive work in artificial intelligence, we are going to conduct a survey to assess the ISM education sector for artificial intelligence readiness. So the survey will be conducted by BITS Pilani. Then based on the data submitted by BITS Pilani, we will go further. Then we are planning to establish virtual reality and augmented reality to upscale or to uplift our education or teaching pattern. We are going to accommodate more technological developments in case of medical education. For this purpose, we have conducted a separate meeting in Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani. Very soon, we are going to establish VR and AR in our field. Then the quality education is always depending upon the quality teaching. So for that purpose, from this year onwards, we are going to conduct National Teachers Eligibility Test, most probably in the month of June 2024. Then this eligibility is mandatory for the person to join as a teaching faculty at entry level in any one of the medical institution. I mean ISM medical institution. So this examination will be conducted purely based on teaching aptitude. Then it is regarding recognition of a qualification. Board of Unani, Siddha and Sowa-Rigpa is the authority to recognize the degrees offered in Unani, Siddha and Sowa-Rigpa. For this purpose, the degree awarding university or the degree awarding institute has to apply to BUSS. If they are applying with all proper documents, within 2 or 3 weeks, their degree will be recognized by BUSS and notified on our NCASM portal, and the same will be communicated to all health secretaries, Directorate of Directorate of Indian System of Medicine, and universities and the concerned institutes. So previously, for degree recognition, it took months and years, but in the current practice, only 2 to 3 weeks are necessary to recognize or notify the degree recognition. Then the degree offered by universities or medical institutes within India, those degrees will be recognized under Section 35. And degrees offered by the universities or institution outside India, those degrees will be recognized under Section 36. Previously, those degrees were recognized under second schedule and third schedule by Central Council of Indian System of Medicine. Now, we are going to conduct a survey study on career aspiration among final year female students and female interns in Siddha and Unani. Already, we have conducted one survey that is on professional career of female graduates who have been passed out from 1996 to 2015. Actually, that study was conducted in the field of Ayurveda. That is a retrospective study. But this current study is what we are going to conduct in Siddha and Unani. It is purely prospective study. So based on the data which are collected from both studies will be taken for some policy framing also. Because if you see the admitted student list, the 70% of the list will be occupied by female students. Then we don't know how far their service will be utilized in public health sector. We don't know. To understand the ground reality, we are conducting both studies. Then education transformation in Unani, Siddha and Sowa-Rigpa through upgrading or upscaling of medical institutions. Actually, in the current regulation, what we have notified very recently in Siddha, Unani and Sowa-Rigpa, we have included 30 new standards or additions, 30 new requirements. In the given time, it is not possible to explain all 30 inclusions. We will see some important new standards. Previously, such regulations were known as MSR or MRS, minimum standard requirements or minimum requirement and standards. Now we have changed into MES, minimum essential standard. The reason is in previous regulation, MSR, minimum standard regulation, so every institution put all efforts to maintain only the minimum standards. They did not think anything about the higher standards or maximum standards. It has been happened for nearly 4 decades. Then moreover, they were given 10% of relaxation for getting conditional permission. Now we wanted to put a full stop for this issue because if we are proceeding with the same kind of approach, the institution will never try to come beyond the minimum standards. So MES means minimum essential standards. These essential standards are very essential and inevitable. Below minimum essential standard are not acceptable by NCASM. No 10% of relaxation, no conditional permission. These standards are very essential. Then the higher standards or the maximum standards we put for a rating purpose, so that we can motivate every medical institution to move towards higher standards or maximum standards. In new regulation, we maintain 4 slabs in Unani and Siddha. Previously, it was only 2, 60 students intake capacity and 100 students intake capacity. In new regulation, we included 2 more slabs, 150 students intake capacity and 200 students intake capacity. In Sowa-Rigpa, previously, only one slab was there, 15 students intake capacity. Now, we added one more, 30 students intake capacity. Then there is a mandate of IT cell and infrastructure in every medical institution. There are reasons because this is the particular cell or a particular unit will be maintaining college website, hospital management system. That too, it is compatible with the ABHA, Ayushman Bharat Health Account, HPR Health Professional Registry, HFR Health Facility Registry, and Unified Health Interface. And they should maintain learning management system also. Then biometric, Aadhaar enabled biometric system, iris detection, face recognition, digital library, ICT enabled classrooms, virtual laboratories, then CCTV, HRDC, internet, intranet, local area network, etc., etc. And this particular unit and all such facilities should be interfaced and interconnected with online platform or IT systems or a central server or control center of NCIS. Then regarding NCISM online platform, we have established a very robust and dynamic online platform encompassing educational life cycle management system, learning management system, collaborative system. Actually, we developed under Ayush Grid. Then at the same time, we developed the curriculum implementation capturing system also. Then we developed a degree recognition system. We developed a textbook quality assessment as per NCISM assessment scale. Then we developed a portal for publication grant. Already we developed. It will be coming into operational very soon. Then we developed a portal for education planning and administration orientation program. We developed the portal for entrepreneurship development training program, developed the portal for PG guide orientation program, then portal for assessing the academic performance of ISM institution. Then we developed the portal for elective courses and a portal for online data submission by institution, annual visitation process, online teachers management system, etc., etc. Already it is already they are in operation. Then language laboratory. Every institute shall establish a language laboratory in the department of Siddha Moola Tattvam in Siddha, Kuliyat in Unani, and the basic principle in Sowa-Rigpa. The intention behind establishing a language laboratory is to promote language skill, learning skill, communication skill, and skill in phonetics. Then there is a necessity of a digital library as per new regulation to access the e-journals, e-books, then e-resources, and all kind of e-resources and informations. And digital library will be a big boom for the students who are involving in projects, then dissertation work and research, and it will support in activity-oriented teaching training events also. Then there is a need of a clinical skill or a simulation lab in every institution as per new regulation. Actually, we meet a lot of difficulties in handling patients nowadays. The clinical training by all students of the batch in a particular patient is very difficult nowadays due to a lot of ethical issues and many resistance are there. Only by forecasting all such issues, we are insisting to develop clinical skill or simulation laboratory. And what are all the mannequins or what are all the simulators and what are all the devices are needed department-wise, it is clearly mentioned in our regulations. You just kindly go through. Then human resource and development cell. Actually, this unit is the heart of the institution. because this unit will be giving faculty development training program and a quality input program for all employees of the institution. Then as per our regulation, the employees of institution should be segregated into 8 categories, and based on that, you have to conduct quality input programs. Then for that purpose, NCASM will communicate the related guidelines very soon. Then this unit is very important. Actually, it is a vital unit of institution. It will facilitate the inclusive development of institution by upscaling the skill of the employees. Then internal quality assurance cell, IQAC, it is the brain of the institution. So every institute has to establish the IQAC. Actually, this unit will be assessing the quality of the institution in all aspects, what are all existing now, and they will plan for upgrading the quality, and they will do all quality related or the quality enhancement procedures. Then research and innovation cell. This is also very important to regulate the research activities of institution. Then actually this unit will be looking after innovation, incubation, research, then IPR related matters, then publications, and also the entrepreneurship development and training also. Only for that purpose, we are giving a training for the coordinators of the research and innovation cell on entrepreneurship development and training program at National Institute of MSME, Hyderabad. Then every institute shall establish a telemedicine or a teleconsultation facility. Actually, this particular facility will enhance the website consultations. It will provide the healthcare services for the remote patients. Then other mandatory requirements are college council and institutional academic committee. Actually, institutional academic committee will be constituted by college council, which is very important for monitoring all academic events of the institution, and they will perform academic audit also, and they will submit the report to NCISM. And student council also very important to look after all student related affairs. Then student support and guidance, career guidance and placement cell and committee. This particular unit is very essential for particularly for the fresh students, freshers. Then grievance redressal cell and committee, then pharmacovigilance cell and committee. This particular cell will deal all ADR related issues, and they will report to concerned authorities at proper time. Then CASH, Committee Against Sexual Harassment of Women. So under this unit, under this cell, you have to constitute internal complaint committee also. Then anti-ragging committee and anti-ragging squad. Then the constitution method, if it is available or if it is dictated by universities, you can follow that method. Or otherwise, the constitution method is clearly defined in our regulation also. If it is not there, it can be constituted as per institution policy. So you just go through the regulation for further details. Then regarding rating of Indian system of medicine medical institution. Hereafter, we are going to categorize all ISM medical institution. I mean, all 624 Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, and Sowa-Rigpa colleges into 2 categories. Category 1, the colleges under extended permission, and category 2, colleges under yearly permission. The extended permission colleges are only eligible for rating purpose. Then next I want to say how the NCASM rating is unique. It is for certain reasons. Number one, the rating criteria or the rating parameters are formulated over and above the minimum essential standards. Then number two, you are familiar with NAC accreditation and the NIRF rankings. The NAC accreditation is given to all higher medical institution or higher universities or higher institutions based on qualitative assessment. But whereas in NIRF rankings, they are providing rankings to universities and the institution based on quantitative parameters. But NCISM rating is totally different. It is a perfect blend of qualitative and quantitative parameters. Then another uniqueness is the rating procedure or rating is conducted by their own apex commission. Then number four, all rating criteria and parameters are formulated based on our current and future requirements only. Then when we talk about the advantage of rating, the institution who are rated A will be given certain privileges. They can collect 5% of additional fee as a development fee. Then they are given some curriculum freedom also. They can change or they can add something in nice to know category also based on the requirement of the region. Then the institution rated with A or B only eligible to apply for increased number of seats and starting new PG courses. Then above all, the main advantage is 2 months before the counseling, we will upload the rating status of the institution on our portal. Naturally, the student will opt during counseling. The student will opt the highly rated institutions also. So the highly rated institution will be filled even in the first round of counseling. These are all some advantages of rating. Then another advantage is it is a platform for the medical institution to move higher standards. Self-motivation is there. Then in the regulation, the timelines are given to fulfill the newly added standards and parameters. So anyhow, you have the already existing colleges, you have to accommodate all new standards in the existing building itself. There is no need of expansion of any building infrastructure. If you want, you can do. But one condition is there: when you go for application or when you go to apply for increased number of seats or PG courses, you have to construct a building also. But for new colleges, they have to follow the regulation as it is. Then education transformation to be supported by NCISM capacity building activities. The orientation and training on teaching or medical education technology for teaching faculty members, subject experts. Already we have trained 120 Unani teaching faculties and 135 Siddha teaching faculties on teaching technology. Then principles orientation and training program on education planning and administration. Actually, this orientation program is conducted conducted for principals, particularly in association with NIPA, National Institute of Educational Planning and Administration. So far, we have conducted 13 programs. 12 programs already completed. 13th program is currently going on, and 7 programs yet to go. With this experience, principals can establish a very good educational ecosystem in their institutions. Then PG Guide Orientation Program on Scientific Writing, Research Integrity and Publication Ethics. Already we have produced 60 master trainers with the support of Savitri Phule University, Maharashtra. These 60 master trainers are traveling right now across the country to orient the PG guides of 156 PG institution on scientific writing, research integrity and publication ethics. We are planning, they're planning to conduct this orientation program for the next 6 months. And it is a part of the streamlining all research activities and research publications. Then orientation program on entrepreneurship development and training program for coordinators of research and innovation cell. Already we completed 8 programs. Actually, this training program is conducted by National Institute of Micro, Small, Medium Enterprises. It's a well-renowned institution located at Hyderabad. Our basic intention is, India has become the second largest ecosystem for startups, and in the past 4 years, India has developed more than 100 unicorn companies. But these things are happening in other areas, but not in ISM sector. To fulfill or to fill the gap, actually we started this orientation program. Our aim is, if every institute is producing one entrepreneur, at least one entrepreneur in the coming 3 or 4 months, we could able to produce 624 entrepreneurs at a time across the country, because we have 624 colleges. So this is our ultimate aim. So it will make a very big change in ISM sector. Then hand-holding with the innovators of ISM. Actually, recently we conducted a survey to identify the innovators in ISM sector. We shared that Google Form to 3 set of innovators. Number 1, those who have already got patent. The second category is those already applied for patent. The third category is those who have developed something but not applied for patent. So we received the details from 410 innovators from ISM side. 90% of the innovators are teaching faculties. I am very proud to say. Then they developed instruments only. So it's a great asset for ISM, because such kind of instruments or equipments essentially needed for diagnosis purpose and treatment purpose. So we are going to handhold with them. Only for them, we are going to conduct a 2 days national conference in the name of Prana. Already I explained in the previous slide. Then right from the month of September, I think, in 2020-21, we started giving the articles every first Friday and every third Friday by May to all Unani, Siddha and Sowa-Rigpa teaching faculties. First Friday, we communicate the article on teaching technology, and on third Friday, we communicate research related articles. It's a part of capacity building also. Then education transformation through research and innovations. Already NCASM started granting publication grant to students, teaching faculty and practitioners. Already I communicated to all Sowa-Rigpa, Siddha and Unani medical institutions 2 to 3 times. If your article is published, or if your article is accepted in any one of the indexed journal, I mean indexed in PubMed or Scopus or Web of Science, you can reimburse the entire publication fee from NCASM. It may be the 1,000 rupees or it may be 40,000 rupees, no matter, nothing. It is applicable for students, teaching faculties, and practitioners. If at all you pay some consultation fee, that amount also can be reimbursed. Then studentship program. Already studentship program has been initiated in Ayurveda side in collaboration with the CCRIS. Actually, we are providing the financial assistance. It is about 50,000 for UG students and 1 lakh for PG students. In Unani side, we already moved that file to Ministry of Ayush. It is waiting for ministry's consent. Once we receive, immediately we will implement. Actually, that financial assistance will be provided by CCRUM, Central Council for Research in Unani Medicine. And we made a MOU with the Siddha Research Council also, CCRS. They are also planning for that very soon. We will provide financial assistance for Siddha, UG and PG students. Then before ending my presentation, I want to say something about NCASM initiatives. Before that, I want to say we have notified medical research in ISM regulations 2023. It is meant for regularizing the research activities in ISM sector. Then something about a national examination. Actually, NCASM, we are going to conduct 7 national examinations in total. For that purpose, at NCASM, we have established the examination cell. We are conducting already the NEET examination and counseling, AAPGT examination and counseling, and the NEET examination for Sowa-Rigpa directly by NCASM. This year onwards, we are going to conduct exit examination, teachers eligibility examination. Exit examination probably in the month of October, teachers eligibility test in the month of July 2024. The exit examination will be based on clinical aptitude, and teachers eligibility test will be based on teaching aptitude. Then we are going to conduct a NEET examination for pre-TIB also. Previously, pre-TIB examination was conducted by individual institution, but this year onwards we are going to conduct. Then NEET pre-Ayurveda. Then examination cell will be issuing the Ayush unique Ayush ID for all medical students. Then this examination cell will be functioning under the guidance of President Board of Ayurveda and the President Board of Unani, Siddha And Sowa-Rigpa. Then we have already introduced a double valuation system in a university examination, and we already communicated the academic transcript for Unani, Siddha And Sowa-Rigpa to all medical institutions and universities. This is very important because our graduates started going to abroad, foreign countries for providing healthcare services. And every time we are communicating the directives for counseling and admission to all counseling authorities, universities and institutions. And we provide guidelines for conduction of national examinations also. Then at the NCASM side, we have a verification system for admitted student list because on the cutoff date of admission, every institution is uploading the details of admitted student list. At the same time, we are getting the eligible student list from NTA. Then we are getting the allotted student list from central and state counseling authorities. So NCASM will cross-check and verify all 3 data, and if any malpractice is done, it could be easily find out. Then we published a guideline for fee fixation, especially for 50% of seats in private institution. And the same has been communicated to all institutions, universities, and state authorities. Then we developed training modules for other streams also. Unani and the Siddha modules for BSc nursing, and the Unani and Siddha modules for MBBS interns, and the Unani and the Siddha modules for the physiotherapy. So once again, I recall the initiatives of NCISM, particularly about the capacity building activities, the orientation and the training and teaching and medical education technology, principles orientation training program on education planning and administration, the PG Guide orientation program on scientific writing, research integrity and publication ethics, orientation program on entrepreneurship development and training program, and hand-holding process for the innovators of IS. Then to conclude my presentation, I want to say something about the regulation. Actually, NCISM has to notify totally 17 regulations. Out of 17 regulations, 5 regulations are pertaining to NCISM, and 12 regulations are pertaining to institutions and medical education. Then out of 17 regulations, Board of Unani, Siddha and Sowa-Rigpa has drafted 11 regulations. But out of 11 regulations, 2 regulations are common to Board of Ayurveda, 3 regulations are common to Board of Ayurveda and the Board of Unani, Siddha and Sowa-Rigpa. That is recognition of qualification regulation 2023, national examination regulations 2023, medical research regulations 2023. Then apart from that, BUSS framed minimum standards of undergraduate education regulations, MSc in Siddha, Unani and Sowa-Rigpa 2022. And recently we notified minimum essential standards assessment and rating for undergraduate colleges and attached teaching hospitals regulation 2023 and 2024 in Siddha, Unani and Sowa-Rigpa. And the PG regulations already completed. It is under legal vetting at the Ministry of Law and Justice. Once we receive, the next moment we will notify the PG regulations also. So finally, I want to say, we know how our medical education and the medical institution, medical research and the medical practice should be after 5 years, after 10 years or after 20 years. And only based on that, we fixed all our objectives. To achieve all objectives, NCISM has brought reforms with a lot of consultation with various levels and various committees. So what I want to say, as a stakeholders, we should elevate ourselves as a team, and we have to contribute our level best to take our ISM medical education and ISM research and development to next level on par with global standards. So we should fulfill our country's expectation, and we should be a part of a national building process. With all these words, I conclude my presentation. Wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable, interesting, and informative presentation, and to highlight all the reforms that have been made in past 3 years by the board for the upliftment of education and research in Unani, Siddha, and Sowa-Rigpa. This presentation will surely be very helpful to everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
So now moving on to the next, now we are going to share a small video, that is an audio visual presentation to project the activities that is done by Board of Unani, Siddha and Sowa-Rigpa in the past 3 years. That is BUSS at a glance. Just sir, is my presentation is visible?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Sir, can we proceed forward?
Sir, can we forward with
Proceed.
Yes, sir. Finally, winding up the session for now with vote of thanks. So, may I call upon Dr. S. Madhukar sir, member, Board of Unani Siddha And Sowa-Rigpa, for Thanksgiving. Welcome you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my privilege to propose a vote of thanks and an honor to be a part of this wonderful event. On behalf of National Commission for Indian System of Medicine, I would like to thank to the Chairman NCASM, Vaidya Jain Dev Pujari sir, for his great support and guidance in all the endeavors taken for Indian System of Medicine. I extend my heartfelt thanks to the President BUSS, Dr. K. Jagannathan sir, in a wider sense for being part of this event and for his constant support and contribution towards Inani, Siddha and Sowa-Rigpa. You truly made this day enlightening for us. Your deep and intellectual way of imparting knowledge has added to the glory of this event. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank the President Board of Ayurveda, Dr. Srinivath Prasad sir, President Board of Ethics and Registration, Vaidya Rakesh Sharma sir, President Marvism, Dr. Raghuram Bhatta sir, Secretary in charge, Dr. B.L. Megara sir, and the respective members of the board for being here with us today. Thank you. Further, I would like to thank to the dean, directors, principals, and teaching faculties of Unani, Siddha, and Sowa-Rigpa, and all other stakeholders of ASUS medical system. Thank you. And then, thank you so much, and have a great day ahead. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. I would like to remind everyone about the national conference named Prana which is convened on 11 and 12 of June at 10 a.m. at AICT Vasant Kochi. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day.